Hello Wastelanders, Vlad here. Happy New Year, and with the new year comes this new video. I've got some fun merge items to show you today, so let's jump on in and have some fun. We're going to start things off simple and move to more complex. This is a stool. And this is a toilet. And in case your parents didn't tell you, your stool should always go in the toilet. We don't want to find that anyplace else. So let's go ahead and make that happen. Place your stool onto your toilet. You may want to test your stool first just to make sure it's facing the correct direction when you sit down. And then we're going to put that on a pressure plate. Our mannequin is kindly holding down the pressure plate so it is pressed down. And we're going to slowly merge our stool into our toilet. Now we want to go until the lip of the stool is just barely above the top of our toilet. We can still place this on our foundations. And there we go. Once that's in there, we now have a functional, usable toilet. This is some Nukashine. And this is a water cooler. Grab your Nukashine. We're going to put that on top of our water cooler here, on top of the water jug. Get it aligned the way you like. And we're going to use our pressure plate trick here again, and we're going to merge our Nukashine over the top of our little water cooler water bottle. And once we're done, we now have a Nukashine Cooler. This is a painting, and this over here is a feral ghoul head. Destroy your painting with your flamethrower. Then take your little ghoul head, and we're going to put him over the head of our little painting. I want to say thank you to MysticStorm for showing this in one of your camps. I hadn't seen it before that, and so it's a cool little trick, so thanks for showing me. Now you have a 3D painting. This next one's a little bit more complex, but not too hard. We're going to use our Mr. Fuzzy Tinker's Workbench, a conduit, and our Vault Boy statue. Now we're going to place our Mr. Fuzzy Tinker's Workbench on top of our conduit, and we're going to get it centered onto the conduit. We need to go from both the front and the sides to get things right in the center. Don't do this in an elevated platform. It won't let you place down the thing. Make sure it's over a floor or a foundation. So order of operations is important here. Also, maybe be a little bit more judicious about where you decide to put your conduit so you can grab it a little more easier than me. Luckily, I put it in between two foundations. I can move one out of the way so I can get hold of our conduit. And we're going to place this conduit on our scholarly Vault Boy's head. And we want this centered on his head, just like so. And now we're ready for our merge. We're going to use our mannequin to help us out a little bit more. And we're going to start our merge. This one will take a little bit of time to do, but with the help of your mannequin, it'll be over in a few seconds. Almost there. There we go, that looks good. And now, we can go to Mr. Fuzzy University. That is an octopus, and this is a jacuzzi. Now, in case you didn't know, octopi love the water. In fact, that's their home. So we're going to send our octopi home. Make sure you put your jacuzzi on top of ground. Don't try this on a foundation. It won't let you float our ride on top of the water like you saw me do there. And once you have it floating on top of the water, now we can move it around. And we're going to put it on our pressure plate, again with the help of our mannequin to hold that thing down, so we can merge without having to stand on top of that pressure plate. Now be careful when you're doing this merge. We don't want the bottom of our octopus to stick out the bottom of our jacuzzi, so be careful. Here should be perfect, so that when he is powered, his arms will still come up out of the water. And you don't have to put power directly to the jacuzzi, just to somewhere close, a wall, a foundation. And you can power up your octopus bubble maker. Make sure you claim that from the season scoreboard. And now you have a pet octopus hanging out in your jacuzzi. That is a picnic bench with an umbrella. That is a rug. And over here we have a Mr. Fuzzy little ride. Now we're going to use all three of these to make our most complex merge of the day. And we're going to use the rugs as a platform. And our overall goal is to make a little carnival carousel ride using these elements. So first we're going to put down one rug, and then we're going to balance three other rugs on top of it. And what we want to make is like a triangle set of spokes coming off of our rugs. And the biggest thing here, you're going to see me moving around and lifting up rugs and stuff, but pay attention to what the rug is doing. We want it to sit on top of that very first rug that we placed, because that's how we're going to move everything once we get things the way we want it, by picking up that center rug. So make sure that the other ones aren't like going underneath it like you see this one over here is doing. Make sure that you are getting them to sit on top of that central rug. And now grab yourself your little Mr. Fuzzy ride. And we're going to put it on one of these three spokes that we made with the outer rugs. We're going to need a couple more rides to finish this off. And for some variety, I'm going to add a Mr. Giddy Up Buttercup ride. And then we're going to add a rocket to complete the trio. Alright, so I'm taking a look at the spacing. It's a good starting point. We're going to have to make some adjustments. And then check and see if you can grab the center rug. It looks like I have put these other ones on top a little too close, and I can't grab that center one. So we're going to make some adjustments so we can get a hold of it like we should be able to. Okay, once that's set, I should be able to select the center rug. Then when I pick it up, everything should move with it. Alright, this is where we're going to fine-tune our ride before we create the merge. So we're going to place that central rug on top of our picnic table's umbrella. And we're going to take a look. It won't let you move the rides with them up in the air. So if you need to make adjustments, you're going to have to pull it back down, make the adjustments on the ground, and then set it back on top. You'll see me do that here in a second. But we want to look at the rides, and we want to take a look down towards the table from there and see if they would intersect. I am not perfect on these. A couple of them would be floating out in the air by themselves. We don't want that. So we're going to make some adjustments with our rides. We need to bring them in a little bit so that when we do our merge, they will just be at the edge of the round part of the table, giving us that look that we want to create kind of a mini Wasteland carousel. Okay, let's see how this one does. Okay, now let's take a look from below and see how these things line up. Okay, that one looks pretty good. That one's good. Alright, so that one, the rocket, it seems a little bit off, so we're going to move it a little bit forward up top here just so we can get everything looking right. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, it's just got to be close. But now we're going to do our merge, And we're going to do a little bit of trick with our mannequin here. We're going to put him on the edge of our pressure plate. And then I'm going to move him to where he's just sitting on the corner, where his feet aren't actually on the power of the power plate, but it's still showing that he's depressing it. So that'll allow us to do our merge. You'll see that one of the rides is going to go through his head, and that's okay. The game doesn't seem to care. And so since it doesn't care, I'm good with it. It's going to allow me to do the merge like I want to, so that makes me happy. So keep going. Be careful as these get closer to the bottom that you aren't grabbing the rides instead of the patio table. You'll see me do that a couple of times, but catch myself before I accidentally place it someplace it shouldn't go and have to redo all of my merging. Now you want the rugs to go just below the tabletop to where you can no longer see them, so that it just looks like you have the 3 rides attached to our table. And there we go. Now we're all done. And we have one little mini carousel Wasteland carnival ride. That's going to do it for today's video, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed those merges. Happy New Year, and I look forward to an awesome year with you in 76 and beyond. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest content from Vladministrator Gaming. And until next time, I'll see you in the Wasteland.